Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I know I didn't have a video the last day or two. I had to go back to see my doctor that did my surgery for a post-op checkup visit. And it just wears me out to get out of the house even just to see my local doctor. And this doctor is like 2.5 hours away from us one way. And so it turns into like a 5-hour drive, and I really don't do road trips well anymore. So by the time we got home, I was just exhausted and I just didn't have it in me to do a video. But I've got one today. It's a little bit different. It's not an unboxing or a tutorial. I've got some finished pieces, mostly from the Jesse James bead boxes that I got. I got them for 3 months and I hadn't really done much with them. Like I've said before, I have a kind of a hard time working with those beads. They're beautiful beads, but they're just different beads than what I'm used to working with. So I had not really done much with them at all, and I wanted to use them, and they had just been sitting around. And so I decided to get them out and make some stuff with them, and I didn't video myself doing it because I really had no idea what I was going to do when I sat down here to do them. And y'all know if I don't have it scares me to do a video if I don't have a well thought out plan. So I would just make a piece every now and then between making videos. And when I did, I put them all together. So I'm not going to be able to tell you which beads came from which box. I will know which beads are from the Jesse James boxes and which beads are just from my stash. But I won't know which boxes the beads came from. But I would just dump them out here on my bead mat and have no idea what I was going to do and just finally make something. So I didn't video any of it. I just decided to build up enough to do a finished jewelry thing like I'm going to do today. I've got 10 pieces. I've got 5 necklaces and 4 pairs of earrings. These are some of the earrings here that I've got. These are such, they don't go with any of the necklaces. They're just random earrings. But I've got 4 pairs of earrings and 5 necklaces. I know I counted 10 pieces. I don't know. Oh, been a snake, it would have bit me. It's my ring here. I forgot I had it on, so I forgot about it. This is just, when I did that bezel the other day, when I made that necklace, and I really didn't want to wire wrap it, so I bezeled the pendant. I hadn't bezeled anything in a while, and it reminded me how much I enjoy bezeling things. So I decided to make me a little ring. This is a 14 millimeter, I think it's a Rivoli. I don't know the difference between Rivolis and chatons. The only way I know is if I've got them labeled and the little baggie says Rivoli, then I know it's a Rivoli. So I've never been able to tell the difference. But this is one that I got. It's not a Swarovski or anything like that. I got a package of a mixed package, different colors from eBay many years ago. And this was before I knew how to bezel, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to learn it. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money on any expensive stones. So I found these on eBay. I don't remember how many was in the package, but it's a mixed package of colors. And they work fine. Of course, they're not as shiny and pretty as a Swarovski would be, or maybe a Preciosa, but they're still pretty. And so I just got this one and decided to make me a little ring because I wanted to bezel something again because I remembered I really enjoyed doing that. And it's like a pretty aqua color, and I used some sort of aqua colored delicas there. I didn't have them labeled, so I don't really know what the color is on those. And I used some of my Duracoat galvanized champagne seed beads and did a little peyote bezel there. And on the inside there, I've got some little 15-0 Duracoat galvanized champagne beads. And I did a little more. I did a few more rounds on the inside there than I usually do when I do a bezel. I got a little carried away, I guess. I happened to have some little 15-0s. They were, I think, silver lined aqua or something was the color. Let's see if I've got it here. Yeah, silver lined aqua was the color on them. And I thought they went well with the stone, so I put them. I know it's probably hard to see them because they're much the same color as the stone, but I put them on the inside there. So I went around a little bit more on the inside than I usually do. And then I just did a peyote band. and made it big enough to fit me. So that's one of the pieces. That's the one I couldn't find because I had it on. I forgot. And then these are just some really, really simple earrings. All these pieces are really simple. All the necklaces, the earrings, everything are just really, really simple. This is just a pair of earrings that I made, and these are both Jesse James beads. I don't know what kind of bead this is. It's just a round bead. It's really pretty. And then there's this pretty blue drop bead here. And I just did a wire wrap loop here with this, made a wire wrap loop on each side with a couple of spacers on each side from my stash. And then I put the drops on a head pin and did a simple loop. And then I put them on some ear wires. And then this one, both these beads were from Jesse. Oh, there's some little bicones here on either side of this one. They were from Jesse James beads mix. And this little beige colored rondelle was also from the Jesse James beads. And then this big pretty bead here. I don't know what kind of bead it is, but it was from the Jesse James beads. And I got a couple of bead caps on top of there that were from my stash. And these bead caps were also from my stash. And then I just did a ball head pin with a wire wrapped loop here. And then I did a wire wrap loop on each side of these and just put them on some ear wires. And then this pair, both these beads were from the Jesse James beads too. These really big yellow rondelle beads, and these bead caps were also from the Jesse James beads. And these, I keep going back and forth on what color these are. I believe they're a really, really pale mint green, I think. But I kind of thought they went well with these yellow rondelles. And the bead caps on them are from the box too. And down here I just did a head pin and made a wire wrap loop. And then up here I did wire wrap loops on each side and put them on some ear wires. So that's what those are. So hold on and I'll get the first necklace. I'll be back. Okay, this is, I think, the first necklace that I made. I got a blue bead mat out here and laid it out in case, because these colors are really pale, so I thought you might be able to see it better. It's kind of a little dainty necklace. All of these little white, they're kind of a matte white drop beads here were from the box, the Jesse James box. And then these little pink rondelles are from my stash. And then these little round kind of matte beads came from the Jesse James box. And then there's some little cube beads up here that came from the box. And then some little bicones here that came from the box. And then I used my silver seed beads as spacers. And then I just did a lobster clasp and an extender chain and hung one of the little bicones off the extender chain as a dangle. So that's, I think, the first piece I made. So hold on, I'll get another one. Okay, I forgot. I meant to show y'all this one first and just kind of rip the Band-Aid off and get this one out of the way to begin with, because I'm not sure about this one. This is way, way, way outside my comfort zone. I don't usually make I've never made anything like this. I used just all the colors in this one. These very large yellow beads are from the box and the bead caps that I've got around them. And these little, I think they're kind of a very light purple. These three here were from the box, and then the bead caps around them are from my stash. And these beads were from the box. They're this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided purple beads. And then these two beads were from the box. They're a kind of lavender color. The bead caps are from my stash. These beads, I don't know what kind of beads those are, but they're from the box. They've got purple and green and all kinds of colors in them there. And there's some spacers that were from the box. And there's a flat spacer that was from the box. And these rondelles were from the box. These were on some of the chain reaction that you get, and you can take it apart. And I mean, you don't have to, of course, but I took it apart and put it back together in a different way than it was. And these rondelles were from that, and the bead caps on there were from the box. And then I just did the rest of some chain reaction for the back of the necklace and a lobster clasp, and I put an extender chain on it and dangled one of the rondelles off as a dangle there. So this was my piece that I was way outside my comfort zone. But so hold on, let me get the next one. Okay, this one is very long, and all the beads are from the box, Jesse James boxes, and I just did wire wrap loops on each side of each bead, and then put some sections of the chain reaction between them, and just did that until I ran out of that particular chain reaction. And so then for the back, I just used some chain that I had to finish off the back with some of the little rondelles again that came on the chain reaction that I took off, and just wire wrapped them myself and did the back of the necklace there. I meant to make it about 32 inches, like an opera length, and I can't remember, but I know it came out longer than 32 inches. It might be more like 36. I'm not sure. I would have to measure it again. I don't know. I don't remember, but I do this a lot with bead soup. I find beads that I think go well together, or maybe they're just all the same size, and I do wire wrapped links, and I don't always put chain between them like this. Sometimes I just wire wrap them directly to each other, but that's a good way to use up bead soup, and I do that a lot. And I didn't put I don't know if I can't remember if I said I didn't put a clasp on it because it's so long it'll just, fit over anybody's head. So there's that one. So hold on, let me get another one. Okay, this one has got quite a few beads from my stash in it. All these large beads down here at the bottom are from my stash. These 3 on each side, and then these 5. I believe these are like a 14 millimeter. They're really big. And then some bead caps from my stash, and all the bead caps are from my stash, and the spacers. And then these two, this spacer bead, I guess it's a spacer bead here, is from the Jesse James box. And here's another one. And then all these rondelles are from the Jesse James box, and they were on chain reaction, and I just took them apart. And then I did some bronze chain on the back with a lobster clasp, and then I hung one of the little rondelles off the extender chain there as a dangle. So that's that one. So hold on, and I just have one more. Hold on. Okay, this is my last necklace. These beads, all of them except for a few of the lighter colored blue rondelles, they came from my stash. There's a few of the lighter color blue rondelles that were in the Jesse James box, and then I added some of my own. And then there's the little bit darker colored ones that were from the box, and all the spacers and bead caps are from my stash. And then there's this large rectangle bead here that's in a darker blue, and then I've got a bead caps on either side of it that came from my stash. These little cube beads were from the box, and these little rondelles were from the box. And then I did some chain on the back with a lobster clasp, and I dangled one of the rondelles off the end of the chain, the extender chain there. And then I made this little pair of earrings to go with it, with these teardrop beads here that are, match the stone in the middle of the necklace here. And I just did a head pin with a simple loop, and then a couple of the lighter colored blue rondelles with my spacers on each side, and did a wire wrap loop on each side of those and put them on some mirror wires. So that's the last thing, and that's kind of a matching set there. So hold on, I'll see if I can get it all together in one picture, and I'll be back. Okay, there's everything I've been up to with the Jesse James bead boxes mostly, and supplemented with some stuff from my stash. And my ring. I keep forgetting about my ring. I've been meaning to tell y'all, I keep forgetting, when I list these things on my website, if I have something that matches, like this necklace and earrings here, I list it as a set. But I don't mind at all to break up a set if you see something you want and you don't want everything. Like if you'd rather have just the necklace and not the earrings, or if it's a necklace, bracelet, and earrings and you just want the necklace or whatever, I don't mind doing that at all. Just let me know. Just send me an email or leave a comment or something, and I can change the listing up so you can get what you want. I do that or I used to do that all the time at craft fairs. When I was able to set up at craft fairs, people would rather just maybe have a necklace and not the earrings or whatever, and I don't mind doing that. And I still set up at the one craft fair here in town at Christmas time, and I do that all the time, so I don't mind doing that at all. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.